Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to My Yoga Time. Today I have another whole body feel good yoga snack. We've got one block for this practice, but you can certainly practice without the block. When you're ready, let's begin on all fours. So this practice is ideal to start your day with mindfully, but of course you can do it at any time of the day. So starting in your tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. To begin with, we'll just move through your cat-cow stretches. Inhale into your back bend and exhaling to round the spine. Try to begin the breath before the movement. And let's gently place the very tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Feeling that gentle tone in the back of your throat for Ujjayi breath. Feel free to stay here is option one. Option two, take the hands a little further forward and a little more movement here. As you inhale, just drop the hips, find a modified cobra pose. And then as you exhale, rounding out the spine and sinking the hips back towards the heels. Inhaling, slide forward, drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhaling to round, sinking the hips back. Let's do one more. And this time, as you sink back into child's pose, we'll hold it there. Keep the arms out in front and lift the palms, so just your fingertips on the mat. Gently draw the shoulders back towards the hips. Feel the breath in the back side of the body. Take a deep inhalation into the back and then pause. Exhale very slowly. In your next inhalation, lift the head. We'll take the hands over to the left for a little side bend here. So keep your right arm straight, a little bend in the left is fine, and a little lift in your right armpit. Breathe down the right side of the body. So whichever part of the body you're feeling the stretch in is where I want you to send the breath. Where attention goes, energy flows. Well, when you're ready, let's lift up, walk over to the other side. A little lift through the left armpit. And coming back to center. Let's walk those hands forward, coming into a plank position, tucking the tailbone under, rounding the upper back and pushing the back of the heart towards the ceiling. If you need to lighten the pose, lower those knees down to the mat, otherwise stay in your plank. Bring the body forward just a touch and feel as though you're trying to turn the heels of the palms in. Make sure the elbows brush the ribs as you come all the way down to the mat. So once here on the mat, let's just reach the hands out in front, lift the heart, try and pull the hands back towards the hips. And lower down. Crossing right leg over the left leg here, squeezing those thighs together. Arms beside you, tailbone tucked under. Inhale, float the legs and the chest. Keep squeezing those thighs together. It's a wonderful pose to strengthen the back, stimulate digestion, improve your core. Keeping the jaw relaxed and the tongue in position. And let's lower down, hands under shoulders. Return to your plank pose, round out the back, and then downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Look forward, step through into your lunge, lower left knee to the mat. Float the arms up. So just a little tone here through the left buttock will help open up that left hip flexor. See if you can deepen your breath to deepen the back bend. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower those hands down, moving into half pyramid pose. As you take the hips back, you might like to lift that left knee briefly, straightening the right leg, pointing those right toes up towards the ceiling, and try and drag the heel back. Option 1, stay as you are. Option 2, a little deeper, only if this left knee and hip permit. Walk the hands back so you're sitting on the heel, and take those hands behind you, fingertips just touching the mat. And let's walk those hands forward, lifting up the left leg for a balance pose now. Take that leg up as high as is comfortable. Tilt the torso down towards the right shin. Option 1, keep the hands as they are, or you can test your balance, bring the hands back a little closer to the right foot, maybe even hold the ankle with one hand, or maybe two hands. And your next exhalation, lower left foot down to the right. Inhale, halfway up. You can always take the hands to the knees, or fingertips can stay on the floor. Exhale to bow. Chair pose now. Let's sweep the arms back and then bring them forward, bending in the knees, trying to squeeze the heels in towards one another. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Step back into plank. Bring the body forward. Turn the heels of the palms in as you lower down. And this time we'll cross left leg over the right leg. Tucking the tailbone under, reaching those fingers back and then floating the chest and the legs up. Squeezing those thighs together. And let's lower down. Return to your plank, rounding out the back, and then downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Step through into your lunge, float the arms up. Checking the position of your tongue, the softness in the jaw, and a gentle tone in the back of your throat. Well done. Hands down, hips back. Point those left toes to the ceiling. Try and drag this heel back. Breathing into that left hamstring. And either staying here or walk the hands back. Sit back onto that right heel. Take the arms behind you. And let's walk those hands forward now, coming into your variation of standing splits. Reach the right leg up, push through the ball of the foot. Feel free to test the balance if you're feeling stable, maybe holding the ankle with one or both hands. If you are holding the ankle, just use that as a little bit of leverage to draw your chest closer to the left leg. Well done. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, you have the option to take a twist. Some of you might like to step the feet a little closer or even a little bit wider. Right hand's going to take a hold on the left leg. Either around the outer calf or maybe you can reach the ankle, looking under your armpit. And let's change sides. And return to center. Let's lower those knees down to the mat. And we'll take a seat. Now, if your knees and ankles permit, sitting on the heels, if this is not an option for you, just hang tight. We're only going to be here for a couple of breaths. Hands coming behind you now. We're going to pick up the knees. Try and turn the heels of the palms in and bring the elbows back. And let's release. Well done, yogis. Coming into a seated position now. Now, if you know that your hips are tight, I really want you to elevate those hips. Sit yourself up on your block or maybe even a rolled up towel or a pillow. We're going to begin with the right leg crossed in front of the left leg. And a few options here with this pose. So here is option one, make sure you're crossing at the calves. If your knees are up quite high, that's a sign that you need to sit on your block. So feet are underneath the knees. Here is option one. Option two, if your hips and knees permit, you'll come into your cow face legs, Gomukhasana. So you'll try to stack your right knee on top of the left knee. So a little side bend here, right hand down to the mat, cactus arm your left arm. Gently press down through the outside blades of the feet and through that right palm. Press down and try and slide away from the hips. Option to look down towards the mat or up towards the ceiling if the neck permits. And let's come back to center. Folding forward now, pressing down through those feet, allowing the back to round. Breathing into the back and the hips. And let's inhale to lift up. Leaning back now as we uncross the legs, let's take a boat pose, picking up both feet. And when you're ready, change sides. So option one, left leg is crossed in front of the right. You've crossed at the calves, not at the ankles. Feet are underneath the knees. Option two, take your cow face pose. Stack left knee on top of the right. And even here in this option, you can always elevate the hips and sit up on the block if that feels better for you. Taking your side bend first, cactus arm, and let's keep drawing this right shoulder back. Lean over to the left and traction through that left palm. And let's come back to center, folding forward now. Deepen your breath to deepen the pose. And let's release, walk those hands back. Lean back, uncross the legs, and we'll just take those knees from side to side. When you're ready, we'll come down onto your back. Coming down with a little bit of core, heels down, toes up, hands to the heart center as you roll back. When you touch down, bring the feet in as close to the hips as you can. Turn the palms up, option to take chin mudra, connecting index finger and thumbs. And we'll press down through the feet, the head and the shoulders as you lift your hips up for your bridge pose. Feel as though you're trying to hug those thighs in towards each other. Move the sternum towards the chin. Gently deepen the breath in the front side of the body. And let's pick up the heels and lower down one vertebrae at a time. When you touch down to the mat, cup the hands over the knees. Arms are straight on the inhalation, and as you exhale, simply bend the elbows. If your back needs longer, please take it here. Otherwise, when you're ready, cross the right leg over the left leg, keep the feet lifted, squeeze the thighs together, imprint your lower back on the mat, and option to lift the upper body, reaching those fingers to the back of the mat. Let's wring out any last bit of tension in the body. And lower down. Twisting here, hips can move just a little to the right, then take the knees over to the left. I like to use the block here underneath the legs, just so that you can really relax in this pose and give in to gravity. Try to soften around the hips, the buttocks. Begin to deepen your breath into the lower belly and the lower back. And let's inhale those knees back to center. Uncrossing the legs and changing sides. Imprinting your lower back, engaging your core, and lifting up off the mat. Keep squeezing those thighs together. Exhale to lower down. Let's take our twist, knees over to the right. And let's inhale those knees back to center. Uncrossing the legs and moving into Savasana. So taking up as much space on the mat as you can. Tucking shoulders under. Letting the palms face the ceiling. Feel free to find Chin Mudra once again. And then allow the forehead to soften. The eyes roll back. Tongue and jaw relax. Let's inhale a little deeper now. Feel free to rock the head from side to side, or swallow if the mouth is dry. Wiggling toes and fingers when you're ready. And following any urges to move or stretch. In your own time, rolling to your preferred side before pushing up to seated whenever you're ready. Well, thanks, yogis. I hope you enjoyed that short yoga snack. Feel free to make any class requests. The intention of this channel is to help you cultivate a home practice. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, and not just my channel, but any teacher that you watch on a regular basis. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Wishing you a lovely day. Namaste.